What's up, guys? Welcome back to Hunt Recovery. We just don't look for recovery, we hunt for it. No matter how far, no matter how close, no matter nothing, we gonna find that joint. Now today, I'm here with my good friend Amber, and she's going to tell you guys about her stories. I'm gonna be asking her questions. You already know how I do. But anyway, so you in drug court right now?
I am. I am on phase 3. Been in drug court since July. Yeah, July.
July. So yeah, she tell me when I was in, but you know how it goes. You gotta do what you gotta do. But anyway, so when you start using, if you don't mind me asking.
Well, that's what we're here for. I started dipping and dabbing when I was like 15 with alcohol and reefer, and it got me into trouble. I was in juvenile a lot. I ended up having to go to a outpatient rehab. It used to be on First Street when I was 15 and got put on alcohol tether at 15, and then it just kind of like took off from there.
Okay. So you was on alcohol tether.
I was.
At 15?
At 15, yep.
Okay.
For a year.
Wait, how old are you now, if you don't ask me?
I'm 37.
So 37, so roughly it's been, what, 20 years? 20-something years you've been doing it?
Yep. I started with alcohol and then reefer, and then I started stripping and being in the streets. I was always in the streets, though. I had a broken family, so I started stripping, and I would start messing with cocaine and ecstasy, and then I started selling dope. And then I went through a traumatic experience, and I started getting high on my own supply. I started doing dog food when I was 24. And I used that for 3 years, and then I got clean. And then I was clean for almost 4 years. And then I relapsed again. And then I progressed after that. About 3 years ago, I started smoking crack. And now I've been clean for... the 26th will be 6 months.
6 months?
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations on that one, for sure. So you pretty much done it all, like the drug situation.
Absolutely.
And like, what makes you want to stop now? If is it just drug court or like?
It was a nudge from the judge at first. This case, I had prepared to go to prison. I volunteered my services to the system, and they denied me and told me I was going to rehab. So I really didn't have a choice. It was either that or do a year in county, and I wasn't doing that. So initially it was just for drug court, but the more I get into this recovery and sober stuff, the more I realize that the amount of trauma and pain and losses and grief and all that extra shit that comes with this, I realize now that there has to be a purpose for me. I mean, through my journey, I've been on life support 7 times, 3 days each time, and the majority of it was from my addiction, putting myself in risky situations, doing stupid stuff, abuse, rape, the shit that comes with it. And so now I'm like, I just want better. I'm tired of being miserable. I'm tired of chasing something that I'm never ever gonna get, ever. I don't know what I was chasing, what I was trying to hide or run from. I don't know, I still really don't know, because I'm really in my recovery, if it was my past or if it was just like trying not to remember shit that happened, or just trying to be something that I wasn't. I don't know. I'm still working on that. But today I wake up happy. I have my own place again.
Are you in counseling right now?
I am. I do.
Like personal counseling? Or?
I'm in personal therapy. I do it via telemed once a week, and my shit's still through Ingham County, so that's why I do it on the phone. But I do therapy once a week, And I strongly, strongly suggest therapy to anybody struggling with anything. I used to think it was stupid, but it's a whole medication in itself.
Yeah, I used to think that too, but it's really like the point of like being in recovery. You really, like you said, you got to get down to the root of the problem. Why the reason why you're using. You know what I mean? Because we all got a reason why we use. Why we,
you
know.
have to, whether it's something deep or you just like to get high. Identifying the reason though is the first step, I believe, to changing your life.
Right, absolutely, that is true. Because like, not to, I'm not even gonna lie. Like me, I know you for a while. You know what I mean? Like we been in the streets. We did. You know what I mean? We know how. Our past is deep. But the thing about it is, like, I ain't gonna lie. Like me and you, I never thought we would be in this position that we are now. You know what I mean? For what we was doing out there to right now. You know what I mean? And it's a big change. And I, didn't want to bring this up. Like I said, me, I'll talk about it or whatever. But like Mike, you know what I'm saying with that situation. Do you think, like, rest in peace to him? I love it. That's my boy. But you think you'll be in this position if he was still alive? And I know that's a tough question.
No, I really be in this situation if he was alive. I'd probably be dead. And that's losing him. It's only been a little over a year, and I still struggle with that daily. And there's a lot of baggage that comes with that after him passing away, with the way I was treated. So there's a lot of depth to that. And after he died, I didn't want to live. I did not want to live. I tried to shoot myself. I started shooting up. I would purposely try to like get people mad to beat on me. Like I wanted to feel as much pain as I possibly could inflict on myself to eventually end the deal. Mm-hmm. But no matter what I did, no matter how many times I ended up somewhere I didn't know where I was at, didn't know what happened to me, ended up in the hospital, I always woke up. And that's another reason why I feel like I have to keep going, because I don't want what happened to him to be in vain.
Right, yeah, there's a reason why, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gotta have some kind of, and the only reason, like I said, the only reason why I brought that up, not to bring, you know what I mean?
It's fine.
Because of the whole point of the matter of like, you have to change your people, places, and things. You know what I mean?
And it's like, so hard being here. It is so hard. And I cannot tell you, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
I cannot tell you how many times since I've been back. And people know, because I know everybody, people know what I'm trying to do. And people will be like, hey, do you still have your connections? Do you want to make some money? Help, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, how do you call me a friend or a sister? And you throw this in my lap, knowing I cannot go. I don't like. I have supporters, people that support me genuinely, and some of them still live their lifestyle. But today I have boundaries. I found a way, because I usually don't have no boundaries. There's no personal space with me. Never understood them, never respected them or anything. But now I have to have boundaries in order to protect myself and my sobriety.
Mm-hmm. So boundaries are definitely important.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
And if somebody can't respect them, then I have to respect myself and where I'm trying to go in my vision, and I have to remove myself, regardless if it hurts or not.
Yeah, that's the other question that I was going to bring up, but I'll bring this up. Since you already touched on it, what do you think is the hardest part about this whole journey for you? Because I know it's all hard, because this ain't easy. Huh?
Loneliness. Because I had to change from people, places, and things, and because Mike is gone, and just I do have a support group, and it is strong. It's just really sitting with myself most days, because unless I'm going to like a meeting or court or dropping or therapy or to Walmart, I really don't do anything else. I just focus on me and my home, which I love very much. But it's just like it's some nights where I miss the closeness, I miss the compassion, I miss, and having to do this by myself. Like it's not healthy, to be early recovery and have a relationship, but just that's all I know. You know what I'm saying? So that part is hard for me, but everything else, as long as you follow the guidelines and you just do the next right thing and put your best foot forward, I mean, it's really not that hard.
Right, yeah. It's really not. I mean, for the most part,
Getting around sometimes, because, I don't have my car right now, but other than that, I mean, those are my biggest challenges right now.
Mm-hmm. And really, so you say, like, basically, like, because for me, I get what you're saying, and for me, like, I wouldn't say lucky, but I had, like, support. So when I came in this, I was already, you know what I'm saying, I already had my fiance and stuff. So, like, I understand that whole point of, like, I don't understand, but I do. You know what I mean? I can see how it can be hard in that standpoint of having to do it all on your own. But at the same time, though, do you think that made you stronger? Like,
Absolutely. I mean, I've started over before, but I've never started over point blank from ground zero. And I'm not talking about just financially. I'm talking about my character, my personality, my getting to know myself for real, stability, foundation, boundaries, just everything. Like, I'm literally building brick by brick right now, and I've never done that. I've kind of always had an easy way out.
Yeah, so you had to take that. You had to pretty much take your whole house and, you know what I mean, destroy it and just build it back up.
Absolutely.
Build yourself back up, and that's a good point too.
Absolutely.
Like how it's very important. And while you're sitting there, like, I would, to see what you think about it, to really focus on yourself and to have faith in yourself and to believe in yourself.
You
know what
have
I
to.
mean?
You have to. If not, you're just gonna fall.
Mm-hmm.
You have to. I mean, who's gonna believe in somebody that don't believe in themselves anyway?
Right. And yeah, absolutely. But at the same, but at this point too, you have to probably not really give a fuck about what everybody else thinks. You know what I mean? At some point. Or
I never really gave a fuck about what
I know
said,
you.
But however, I do take heed of it, and I do. Oh,
okay.
baby. Oh, I know that hurt, baby.
It's okay. Really, Mom?
I know that hurt him.
But what I was saying. Yeah. Okay. This is
also about people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't care, but I care about letting people down when I think about something stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're gonna do something, I've never really been to the person to be ashamed or deny what I've done or hide or lie. I've been really an open book my whole life, but now because I have so much support and I'm actually on the right track, I just to let somebody down or I'm just tired of being weak, I guess, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying too, a part about letting people down. You know what I mean? Because recovery is about the journey for yourself, and you can't do it for nobody else. You know what I mean? And that is absolutely correct, you guys, and that is 100% true. But at the same time, I get exactly what you're saying. It's different now. You know what I mean? Because my situation now, I relapsed when I first got in, drug court or whatever. But when I did it, I felt so bad about it. You know what I mean? It wasn't the same. You know what I mean? Once you make that commitment and you're not changing yourself and it's really no going back at that point.
And I think about it all the time. I'd be a lie to say that I don't. That crack had a hold of me. Heroin is one thing. That's a whole different demon. But that crack is more mental. Mm-hmm. It comes and attacks me every day. I can't tell you that I don't go somewhere in Jackson and I don't think about, hey, I know I can go here, or I used to do this here, or, You know what I'm saying? Like, them thoughts come to me at night when I'm by myself and I don't have no, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
No one to call or whatever because everybody sleep. I think about it. But they say play the tape through. I used to think it was so stupid and cliche, all the little, slogans and stuff that they say. No, that tape is real.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that if I'm to pick the pipe up one more time, I'm going to be 100 pounds in 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to have a place to stay, and I'm going to be out here in the cold.
Yeah. And it's easy as fuck to get to that point too.
Absolutely.
You know, like you said, it's just so many, especially like we know so many people, like, it's so easy. One phone call or hit this block, boom, boom. You're back in the same bullshit. You know what I mean? And
absolutely. And it's gonna be worse than it's gonna be worse than it was last time.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in and out of recovery for a while now. And every single time I go back, it's worse. Like, I went from jail, I went to the Odyssey House, and I didn't like it there in Flint. So I left, and I called for people to come get me. 5 to 7 people. Everybody's like, hell no, take your ass back to rehab.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll show you, right? So I stayed in Flint, not knowing anybody for a month, just in the streets, literally. And they found me naked and dead in a ditch on the side of the road. Somebody had slipped me some GHB. I was in the hospital for 2 days. Then I went to this place called the Sober House and stayed there for 2 days. And then I put myself in Meridian. They didn't even call Shelly and them and tell them I had even left the rehab. I only put myself back in treatment because I thought I had a warrant. They didn't even tell them I was gone. And at that moment, I was like, I literally was about to die. You know what I'm saying? Like, them people, I've been 1,000 places in my life, and I ain't never been someplace so gutter ever. Them people.
That ain't no joke.
No, it wasn't. And not knowing anybody and just being this little nobody there and with a pretty face, like, it was god awful, terrible. Like, I'd have took that year in jail over that, for real. But that was the moment I knew that, like, if I was to do this again, it was just gonna be the end, for real. And everything was just gonna be in vain, and it was gonna be a waste.
That's when you decided you had enough.
That's when I had enough.
Yeah, and it comes to that point, like, you know what I mean? You gotta come to that point, you know what I mean? And it is hard to say, like, but it has to, you know what I mean? Like, my point, like, I told them plenty of times, but my point was when they about to send me 3 to 5 in the feds, you know what I mean? Like, think about brand new babies and all that. I'm like, bro, I need to, I can't do this shit no more. And like you said, though, although hundreds of times that, I'm not even lying, all the time, it's still in my mind. You know what I mean? And then unfortunately, that's just going to be on our mind for the rest of our life. You know what I'm saying? This is a battle we're going to have to fight forever.
It passes, though. Like, in the times, though, I noticed that, like, sometimes I'll start sweating or I'll get anxiety and I'll start, like, panicking a little bit. But I try to just, like, focus on something, and it does pass very quickly. As long as I don't constantly, like, think about it, it usually passes very quickly, and I'm able to get over it.
Definitely. And I believe, like, with me, I don't know about everybody else, I have to be in the recovery. Recovery has to be my lifestyle. You know what I mean? Because if it's not, I start slipping. You know what I mean? Because, like you said, I've been doing this shit for so long.
Yeah.
It's
a lifestyle. It has to be a lifestyle. You have to be 100% committed.
Definitely. And that's just the way about it. And that's just the way it is.
And now I've always been a caretaker, and I've always, like, got the biggest heart and shit. But, like, I really just want to get the message out there to people that we do recover, and that even if you feel the lowest and have, like, you think you have a worse story, we've heard it, we've been through it, and that there is support and there is help. Because watching, when I go out and I see people that I used to get high with or sell to and shit, like, it's just, I'm very grateful that I'm not there anymore. I don't feel better than anybody or anything like that. It's just, like, it's just very humbling, and I just want to like, just help everybody.
It just makes
I just want to help.
I see what you're saying. It just reminds you, like, man, that was me. Not like, oh, you know what I'm saying, I'm better than, but, like, that was me. You know what I mean? Doing the same shit, you know. And I get that. I feel that, you know, I be thinking the same thing, you know what I'm saying?
It's hard work, but it's very much well worth it. Very much well worth it. We watch miracles happen every day. I say it all the time, like, damn, I should have got clean sooner, because just cool shit be happening out of nowhere. Like, all the time, just some cool stuff happens all the time, and I'm like, damn. And it would never happen if I didn't get clean.
Right. So you thinking right now, like, it's definitely not worth going back.
It's not.
You know, as many times you have to fight the urges and stuff like that. You know, so what? I think you touched on it, but before we leave, I want you. So what makes you keep going? If you know what I mean, if anything.
Well, I am on a medicated assisted treatment to help with my cravings. I take Suboxone now, and that helps tremendously. But other than that, I want to see how far I can go. I've seen how low I can go. I just want to see how far I can go.
And I believe you can go very far. That's for sure.
Thank you.
You're looking way better. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
I think we both are because we used to be hit. I ain't gonna lie, we used to be
we
hit. For sure.
Thank you. We was doing something.
Right? That was like, I think that was the hardest part. Like, not even the hardest part.
I was 100 pounds.
Yeah. I don't even know how much I weighed.
About 100 pounds.
Yeah, probably. It wasn't nothing. Then when you get in rehab and you get like super fat and shit, like.
Oh,
you know,
I'm uncomfortable right now, but I'm happy and I'm healthy. So.
Yeah, I call it the healthy weight. Shit, I'd rather be this, you know what I mean, feeling like this than before. So.
Absolutely.
That's for sure.
Absolutely. If we have a gym, if we don't like it anyways, all we gotta do is get the hell up.
Yeah, that ain't that. Well, how many times we really do that? Though? I don't know.
Well, we could put our minds anything clearly.
Right. That is the truth about the matter. I say that all the time that if all the shit that we've been through, shit, we can get through anything.
Absolutely.
Like people in recovery and in addiction, we are some strong individuals. You know
and the
what I mean?
best people I know, I've met the best people with the worst stories.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You're not lying, but.
Absolutely.
Anyway, I appreciate you. We appreciate you coming down here and telling your story. We'll let you get doing what you got. I know you gotta go to a meeting and stuff.
I do.
You're super busy.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for coming on here. And you already know, anytime we always here. And you know what I mean? For
Absolutely.
sure.
As am I.
You already know. But you already know what I always say. I'm super, 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 super proud of you. You. Proud of y'all. Y'all keep the good work up. We out. Peace. That was a good one.